runways 30, 28 left, 28 right, 15. Visual approach is in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.1. Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey.
Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm American Dan, and today we're in the Cessna 414. We're at Oakland. We're gonna fly to Auburn. It's a pretty miserable day weather-wise at Oakland here. As you heard on the ATIS, there's a pretty low ceiling, so this will be an IFR flight. Along with us today, we have good old Uncle Harley. How you doing today, Harley?
I'm doing great, Dan. Just enjoying the view from up here. Did you know that the Cessna's stall speed can vary significantly with weight and configuration? Always good to keep that in mind.
Good to know. Harley sounds a little different today. Alright, let's go ahead and get some power on the airplane and get things started here. We gotta turn on our mags. Clear prop. Alright, we've got a good start on the left. Alright, while the engines warm up here, we'll take a look at our flight plan. Our flight plan today has us cruising at 9,000 feet. We're going to depart Oakland's runway 30 via the Nimitz 5 departure to the Oakland VOR, Victor 6 to Sacramento VR, and then direct to Auburn. Flight time today is projected to be around 31 minutes. Total distance of 94 miles. Average wind today is going to be 226 degrees at 13 knots. Oakland clearance, Twin Cessna November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, on the ground, looking to pick up our IFR to Auburn.
Twin Cessna November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey Oakland clearance. I'll have your clearance in just a second. Twin Cessna November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey Oakland clearance. Information whiskey is current. Cleared to Auburn. After departure, fly radar vectors to Oak, then is filed. Departure runway 30. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 120.9er. Squawk 6625.
Twin Cessna November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey is cleared to Auburn, radar vectors to Oakland, then as filed, climb and maintain 4,000, departure on 120.9, squawk 6625, and we do have whiskey. Oakland ground, November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, ready to taxi runway 30, IFR with information whiskey.
Twin Cessna November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey Oakland ground taxi to runway 30 via Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Oakland ground American 2456 ready for push and start.
Flaps are set for takeoff.
Well, Dan, I hope you're ready for some smooth flying. Did you know that the Cessna has a great climb rate? Just keep an eye on your mixture and throttle settings for optimal performance.
Alright, runway 30. Navs and strobes and landing lights come on. We'll turn the taxi light off. We'll verify one notch of flaps is down. Good afternoon, Oakland Tower, November 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, holding short runway 30, ready to go.
Twin Cessna, November 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Oakland Tower, winds calm, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff on runway 30 for Twin Cessna 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Buckle up, Harley, we're cleared for takeoff.
Roger that, Dan. Let's get this bird in the air.
Takeoff power set. A little bit of a crosswind. Airspeed's alive. 70, 80, 90, 95. A little bit of back pressure. And we're airborne. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Gears up, 1, 2, 3, flaps are coming up. Ceilings were at 14, so we're going to be in the soup pretty soon. Cessna, November 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, with you, 4,000, climbing 5,000, runway heading.
Twin Cessna, November 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, NorCal departure, radar contact, cleared direct physic.
Direct physic for November 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Departure 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, request direct SAC.
Twin Cessna, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, proceed direct SAC.
AirCal 537, Norcal approach, roger. AirCal 537, Norcal approach, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain 180, AirCal 537.
Twin Cessna, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, climb and maintain 9,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 9,000 feet, 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. All of our temperatures are good, EGTs are good, oil temperatures are good, cylinder head temperatures are good, fuel quantity's good. There's our 1,000-foot warning on our altitude.
United 324 NorCal departure, climb and maintain flight level 200.
So what's new with you, Harley?
Well, Dan, did you know that the Cessna's fuel capacity is 206 gallons? We're currently sitting at 70 gallons, so we have plenty of range left. Just remember, fuel management is key for a smooth flight. Speaking of which, how's the throttle looking?
Throttles are looking pretty good. We're running at about 30 inches of manifold pressure and 2,400 RPM.
That's great to hear, Dan. With 30 inches of manifold pressure and 2400 RPM, you're in a good range for cruise performance. Just keep an eye on your mixture and fuel flow to ensure you're maximizing efficiency. Remember, lean it out a bit. If you're looking to save some fuel,
I've got it leaned to the EGTs at the top of the green. I think we're good to go there.
Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, contact Oakland Center on 127.8.
127.8 for 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Concord altimeter 29.901. Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, expect the runway 30 approach into Auburn. I'll have your descent. Just hang tight for me. In about 15 minutes.
Well, there is no 30 at Auburn. It's 25 or 7. ATC's a little wonky today. Center, November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. We would like the RNAV approach for runway 07 into Auburn. There is no runway 30.
Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, expect the RNAV runway 7 approach into Auburn.
We'll expect the RNAV 7 approach into Auburn for 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Hey Harley, what's the weather at Auburn?
the weather at Auburn is calm winds, visibility 9 miles, clear skies, temperature 21 degrees, dew 0.10 degrees, and the altimeter is 29.93.
With you at 2,500 feet.
Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha. Whiskey, contact Oakland Center on 132.905.
132.905 for 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Good day. Oakland Center, Twin Cessna, November 8. Whiskey Alpha Whiskey is at 9,000 feet.
Twin Cessna, November 8, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Oakland Center. Good afternoon, Fairfield, altimeter 29.88.
For the RNAV approach to runway 7 at Auburn, you'll want to intercept the CITXU initial approach fix. Make sure to check the approach plate for any altitude and speed restrictions. Also, tune into the Travis approach frequency at 125.4 for vectors if needed.
Well, that's not a very good approach brief if you can't give me altitudes there, Harley. I guess I'll have to get it myself. Tell us about the area, Harley.
We are currently flying near Rio Vista, which is a great spot for spotting wildlife along the river. It's also known for its small airport and scenic views. Just a little northeast, we have the Sacramento River Delta, famous for its waterways and recreational activities. Keep an eye out for boats.
Where's your favorite place to eat lunch at Auburn?
I love a good burger at the Auburn Ale House. Great food and a nice view of the town. Just make sure to save room for dessert.
Have you ever flown into Auburn before?
Yeah, I've flown into Auburn a few times. It's a nice little airport with a calm atmosphere. Just remember to keep an eye on the RNAV approach. It can be tricky if you're not familiar with it.
Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha. Whiskey, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Twin Cessna 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Auburn Municipal Airport, ICAO code KAUN, has an elevation of 1,539 feet and is located about 13.5 miles from our current position. The weather is clear with calm winds, and the current altimeter setting is 29.85. They have 2 runways available, with runway 7 being the one for our RNAV approach. Don't forget to intercept the 6U IAF for the approach.
We're turning at Siskiyou right now. Oakland Center, November 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, cancel IFR.
Twin Cessna Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Squawking and talking VFR, thanks for the service. 8 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Gears coming down. One, 2, 3 green. There's our decision height. Roll her down to the end of the runway. Flaps her up. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna clear of runway 25, going to parking, Auburn. Alright, flaps are up. Landing lights, navs, and strobes are off. Taxi light is on. Let's find a parking spot. Alright, there we go. That's a good enough parking spot for me. I hope everybody enjoyed that flight. If you did, please make sure you like and subscribe. And remember, there is a link in the description below for you to try out SayIntentions.ai ATC for yourself. There is a free 24-hour trial for anybody that wants to sign up. If you use the link below, it does help the channel, and I very much appreciate it. If you liked the airport here, this Auburn Airport, this is available on Flight Sim TO from my buddies over at Stealthy Duck. It is a free airport. I recommend everybody take a look at it. It's very well done. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Until next time, this is American Dan.